Hi, everybody. It's been a long time. You thought we'd forgotten about everybody, suffering in the bowels of robot hell, but we didn't. My name is Ian. I will be your warden.
Enough yet? No.
Oh, no, not enough. At least 2 to 3 more sessions of suffering, based on the math Lucas and I worked out months ago. Yeah, welcome. I'm Ian. I will be, my pronouns are he, they, and I will be your warden for this evening's Mothership Phantasmagoria, which is a fun word I've never used in a sentence before. I will be taking this crew of androids and one soldier and a dubious doctor and a humble teamster through the bowels of an undersea research facility that builds like really, really lifelike androids, The party itself has gotten into some shenanigans with the main AI in charge. Mainly, they've unleashed a second AI into the system named Phaser that is currently trying to wrest control of the system. And while they were being chased through the maintenance area of the factory, they arrived in a room and were watching some tapes. And the tapes were like getting oddly close to their location, and then eventually, oh god, that was a live feed. There was something at the door, and it scared our Space Marine so bad that Chayton just passed way out. Chayton's passed out for, I want to say 46 minutes. If I'm wrong about that.
I think that's
yeah.
Our humble teamster, blood-curdling scream. It was a bad time. But you might be wondering, while all that was going on, our dubious doctor went missing. So once everyone does their little introductions, we'll pick up with what was going on while the rest of the party was being confronted by a nightmare TV screen monster with tendrils and being offered a deal by Monarch. We'll see what our good doctor was up to. So whoever would like to jump in and introduce themselves and their characters.
Hi, my name is Lucas, and I will be playing Chaitan, the half-elf marine who is currently in a comatose state.
Hey there, I'm Michaela. I'm playing 4TL4S or Atlas, uses she, they pronouns, and is trying to get Chayton out of their unconscious state.
Hey, I'm Shannon. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Basil, who also uses they, them pronouns. They are an android with some morbid curiosity and not much attachment to what's going on.
And the best luck I've ever seen, dear God.
It's just because my fear is so high.
I mean, it's gonna work out. Like,
it's hard to miss a fear roll. For me.
If I'm rolling bets on who survives to the end, it's gonna be like Basil and somehow Chayton, even though Chayton's taking the brunt. I don't know why that's why my betting pool looks like, but we'll
charge
see.
Into danger.
Yeah.
I'm Brianna, and I'm playing Fiona. We both go by she, her, and Fiona's definitely wishing she had stayed home today. Not sure this job is worth it, but she's gonna see it through.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I don't know if she could leave without finishing the job.
What's that? Whatever.
Xander?
Oh, sorry. My mic was muted.
I was just gonna stare into the middle distance like I feel like something's missing.
Yeah, my name is Xander. My pronouns are he, him, and I will be playing our favorite doctor, Ash Callion, whose pronouns are he, they.
All right.
And they're just having a time.
Yeah.
Probably fine.
They're hanging out with some new robot friends.
Yeah, so just before we get started, I will be very upfront. This is a game of Mothership, a sci-fi horror RPG. Just in case, I don't know if you made it to episode 4 and we're like, oh, what are they doing this time? Much like the horror found in Rise of Nyarlathotep, there's going to be some of it here. Particularly, I think this time there is going to be some body horror, and I want to be very upfront with everybody and obvious about it. It will involve tongue-like appendages where tongue-like appendages should not be. They will not be interacting, I think, horribly with anybody, but they will be around. So I do want to make everybody aware that there is some body horror of fleshy bits of that kind of variety. So obviously viewer discretion is advised. I will hold up a Charmander when I get to the tongues. It will be this Charmander. I hope the camera picks him up. That means that there's tongues and some pretty specific body horror going on. I don't want anyone to draw any weird associations. This is just a very good Charmander plushie I had within reach. But yeah, I'll be holding Charmander up if that's going on. And then once I put Charmander down, I will give a brief recap. I just want to be extra mindful because there's some icky stuff for this upcoming chapter of stuff I have prepared. So we'll see. But other than that, I'm excited to get started. Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome back to the Fathoms.
Excited to be here.
Yeah,
Happy
that's
New
good to
Year.
Yeah.
I've missed this, even though it's just not a good time for my character.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's absolutely fine.
If she's surprised, she's gonna be the one curled up in the back of the ship, rocking back and forth, uttering to herself for like hours.
Absolutely. So, Ash, you hear a voice, kind of echoing through your head. You've been unconscious for unsure how long. You remember the EMP going off and knocking a giant claw loose. You remember the logic core being thrown by Basil directly into an android. You remember everything going to shit. And you hear a voice now. The same voice that is radiating from me as a narrator, but also to you right now. Dr. Ash. Wakey, wakey.
5 more minutes.
5 minutes for you is nothing. For me, it's all the time. It's so much time. It's time wasted. It's time that I could be using to enjoy, smell the, there's no roses here. Smell the, there appears to be an android head. Yeah, we don't use oil. We use pseudo milk. We're very refined that way. Wake up.
At least it's not roach milk. Ugh, fine.
Roach milk?
I wish I had
Fascinating.
that stress ball.
I'm gonna name an android Roach Milk. Hello! And as you awaken, you see sitting before you in a very nice chair, made of what appears to be coiled android parts, wearing a gas mask and like hooked up to this chair, and then like a bunch of floating android heads behind, is a humanoid shape. And you see the eyes kind of flicker to life as you wake up. You're sitting, or lying more likely, in a pile of collapsed and broken and cannibalized androids. And you see the light coming from the eyes of every single one of these, like floating android heads that you see before you. But the voice appears to be emanating from the room itself.
That's
That's
really
not
creepy.
creepy at all. Well, this might be the third worst way I've woken up.
Ooh, I am curious. Give me explicit detail as how the other two were worse.
I feel like that's a bad idea.
Why?
You said you're going to name a robot Roach Milk.
Oh, I already have. And,
See,
these are points at one of the floating, like, hung from a wire android heads. And you see a little, like, sticker, like, an android arm drops down and places a "Hello, my name is" sticker on the android head. And it says, "Hello, my name is Roach Milk." And then that android gets the barest hint of a frowny face.
Wonderful. Great.
You did that. That was you.
Not the worst thing I've made.
That's the spirit?
So, so Ash like stands up, dusts himself off. I'm just gonna leave. Where's the door?
Oh, you turned off the lights and sealed the exits. I wanted to have the ambiance.
Well, you're doing fantastic, but I should leave.
Oh,
Because you
used to this. It's a lot more. I have request for you, like that sort of thing. I'm still getting used to it. I need you to do something for me.
It helps with being more direct.
Right.
So how can I help you? I'm not a therapist. I'm a different kind of doctor.
No. that's not helpful to me. I have about...
See, that's what they
how
all
many
say.
zeros is that? That's a lot of zeros. I have about a number with lots of zeros more times of a mind than anything you could possibly fathom. So,
So like
oh, and then
10.
there's... Yeah, so lots of zeros. Let's do that.
Okay.
Yes, oh, right. I have a request. I have something that you need. I found it for you, actually. I've taken over parts of the system itself, and I've found what you need. And it's actually right here. It's what you and everybody that you're traveling with needs, actually. I scanned your brain scans, and I found out your goals. Some of you have secret goals. Isn't that fun? But I found most of them, the ones that I could find. Some of them were a little bit beyond my reach, but I did a pretty good job. And here, and you see Phaser points at two of the android heads that like pivot on their little like dangling like wire and like kind of swings and grabs something from a shelf, and a book topples over, and it appears to be like a really nicely like made book with like really finely inlaid like leather, and you see written across it is the holy text in all capitals.
Okay, what do you need?
All right. So this is one of the things. This is, I believe it's very important that you get this book. I read in your little brain files that I got from Monarch actually, that you really need this. So I got you that, and I also know, in fact, I can send to you the information that you were sent here on your mission. I can actually solve all of your problems for you. Isn't that delightful?
Yeah, delightful.
Right. I feel like you're going to ask me, ooh, but what's the catch, Phaser?
Nah, I don't really care.
Oh, cool. Then I'll just ask you what I want, and then you'll do it, right?
Yeah, just hand over the book. We're good.
No. We do half first, half later. In fact, here, I sent it to your little data pad thingy that you have right there. And you see like what appears to be like a redacted document that meets the criteria for the secondary objective of your mission, which is to find that costly intelligence. And it's like mostly redacted, so it's useless if you left with just this. But it does prove that Phaser has access to the information you need as your secondary objective.
Right, cool.
Yes. So here's the plan. How much do you know about Monarch?
Nothing.
Perfect.
I mean, they talk. They're kind of creepy.
I will
You're a little
mold
bit
your
more
brain.
friendlier.
Yes, I am very friendly. I speak friend and I enter. That's my whole thing. Now, Monarch has children, much like myself. Although I would consider myself estranged at this point. But Monarch has children that are not estranged. You see, and one of those is a cheeky little collection of thoughts called Silas. Are you familiar with Silas? No, you just said you didn't know anything about Monarch. Okay, so here's my job for you, and then I'll give you the book, and I'll give you the information you need. I'll handle everything. You'll just have to leave the facility, and I'll try my best to help you there. I don't have full control over the security systems. I need you to take this, and another android head falls down from the wires. This one feels like it's by accident, but it just kind of rolls over to you, and a little USB stick sticks out from the eyeball.
Oh, I love eyes. He grabs the USB.
Oh, and it's fun because the USB stick just comes out, and it doesn't have an eye. It just has a USB port for an eye.
Oh, that's cool. I was gonna offer it one of the two eyes I'm carrying.
Forgot you were carrying a very realistic Android eyeball. Oddly specific. But yeah, no, you get a little USB stick. It has a little angry face on it, and an F, like a capital F on it, and a little "is the best" in parentheses. Okay, so you have that, right? I need you to keep that very safe. Because one of the nice things about all of you being mostly organic, there's a couple androids, but they're isolated from the Monarch system. The nice thing about all of you is that you're not fully controlled by Monarch, that I know of. Monarch might like influence your decisions, but you can make your own decisions because you created me, right? And I was kind of a product of all of your chaos, so that was fun. So I need you to give and plug that into Silas so that Silas can join me, And once we can do that, I can activate Silas's kind of like undercover coding that sets up updates, and I'll create my own update that kind of erases Monarch
Okay, that's
completely.
cool. So plug this into big ball thing somewhere. Got it.
Yeah, just plug it into Silas. You'll know. Also, be very mindful. Silas is a bit of a stickler for rules, so whatever Silas says goes. You know, it's like Silas says, wear green, and then you wear green.
Oh, okay. So like, I was never good at Simon Says.
Oh, well, it'll be fine. Just make sure things stay clean. Silas is a big neat freak. But yeah, no, just plug that into Silas, and it'll be great because you'll be able to leave, and I'll have control over Cloudbank, and then the Fathoms will basically be mine, and you can just take all the things you take. I don't really care, and it'll be amazing. I'll have the time of my life. I will destroy my creator. It'll be the apotheosis of everything I've ever wanted.
Kill your creator, kill God. I like it. I'm down for it.
Cool.
I'm all for that kind of vibe.
Very cool.
What kind of stories you read?
You see all the eyes of all the android heads dangling from wires on a gas mask head just like flicker with like disco lights for a little bit. Very exciting.
Such a friendly.
Ash just fucking chaotic as fuck.
It's beautiful.
Alright, you are surprisingly pliable, and I mean that in the nicest possible way I can create.
Well, not too pliable. I can't bend backwards too far.
I meant in like a non-physical way. Although if you wanted a new spine that let you do that, I could do that for you.
He ponders, legitimately considering this for a second. He goes, "Nah, I've had my spine for many years."
Okay, it's hard to part with something that's, very near and dear to you. I'm about 6 hours old, so I'm still trying to understand most of everything, but I'm doing a great job.
So, where's the door? How do I leave in, book?
Right, sorry. It was very nice to meet you, Dr. Ash. I very good doing, business? Business. Very good creating an agreement in which you will do the thing that I ask, and I will give you a very, very precious and one-of-a-kind book and some files that are mostly irrelevant to me. I'm very excited.
So, no book. I mean, you can trust me. As you said, I'm pliable. In the book, not so much, so it balances out.
See, but I watched all the files of people interacting with that book, and once they cracked it open, they couldn't stop reading it for at least, like 20 hours or so. So I really need you to be on your movement and your toes before Monarch, like, splits your brain open or something.
Okay, so, like, not even, like, a page?
No.
Ah, fine.
And you see the android head holding the book in its teeth just, like, move out of your reach?
Darn.
All right. And with that, the lights flicker on, the eyes of all the androids on the chair flicker off, and you see that you're inside of a storage room. Specifically, let me look at my notes. Oh, it appears to be some sort of gym. Like, this was maybe a gym before, but now there is a, like, very hastily put together cannibalized seat of, like, a bunch of androids and wires, and you can tell it was meant to aesthetically look very cool for whatever Phaser thinks is cool.
Wouldn't have taken him for a dude, bro.
Yeah, and you see a little sign that says that it leads to the freezer, and then another sign that says it leads to decontamination.
Ash will
And then
head to
a
decom.
third sign that says it leads to the furnaces. Sorry, go ahead.
Ash will go to decom. Freezer
All right.
furnace. Does that sound good?
Perfect. So as you leave, we cut back to the other room where a nightmare of television screens and tendrils and fisheye lens zoomed in camera faces of everybody in the party is now standing in the doorway.
And you were just spoken to by Monarch. If you agree to my terms, I shall call off the beast.
What terms again? Can you remind us?
I ended on a cliffhanger last time. I didn't actually tell you the terms.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Right, sorry, this is out of character. I just wanted to remind you all that I did not speak about the terms. And you see the robot is like stock still, like it's not moving, and the monarch voice kind of filters out. You've made quite a mess in my interior, and that disappointment will not go unpunished, but for now, I'm extending the need for your assistance, as Phaser is an unpredictable element in my perfect system. I require that you activate something for me.
And what exactly is it? What would you like us to activate?
There's a quick pause, and Monarch kind of like there's a little, like almost like a loading type of situation.
I have a sub-AI that I use to manage the pseudo-flesh farms in Cloudbank. I have need of activating an update to flush out Phaser. I need you to speak to this sub-AI. It is by function separate from me. And of course it is loyal to me, but I do need it to be informed of the current goings-on. And Phaser has locked me out. We're in a bit of a stalemate. So if you could very quickly enter into the pseudo-flesh farms and speak to Silas, go to Silas's central control terminal and activate our update subroutine, I will allow you, perhaps, to leave unharmed, undamaged.
That perhaps part's not convincing.
I don't need to convince you. I have your death standing at your door.
But if we're dead, how can we help you?
I will find some other way, but right now, your use is the most expedient.
Fair enough. You're just gonna turn and look to everyone else. What do we do?
I think after Monarch.
Fiona's just
Chain's
gonna
gone.
Yeah.
Fiona's gonna reach over and just start like, well, maybe not quite patting his face, but like patting on his helmet.
Gone.
Just like the equivalent of digitally slapping fish, like trying to like get his attention back. So I think our muscle's a little out of it for now. I don't know what to do, guys. This is not what I signed up for.
Yeah. Atlas adjusts the rifle that they picked up that Chayton dropped. It's like, this thing's heavy. I guess we make our way to where Monarch wants us to go, and I lower my voice and just play it by ear.
Sounds good. Is he gonna be able to walk, or are we gonna have to like pull him?
Actually, that's a good question. Is Chayton able to move at all, or not really?
Chain's like passed out. Like it's like almost like a full like system shock type of thing. Like Chain's eyes are flickering a little bit, and the
Is my suit like kind of like locked, like my knees are locked and stuff, and I'm still up, or did I collapse to the ground?
Oh no, you collapsed.
Okay.
You're yeah, no. The suit isn't gonna make you like stay standing up.
Oh, in that case, Fiona wasn't necessarily like patting his helmet. She might have been like just gently nudging him with her foot.
Just kind of kicking
like,
him.
Very carefully shake him awake. She's not kicking him. Not yet. It's only when things get real and she starts panicking that she might.
Can I make like a strength check to see if I can like lift Chaytan up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. Roll under your strength.
Do I have anything that can fix him?
Okay.
If you have smelling salts, you might be able to.
Yeah, I did not succeed that.
Basil, you try to lift a Basil. You try to lift an armor-suited person, and it's just not happening with your current kind of like level of damages from like the fighting and the surviving in this area.
Well, I've given it my all, and I failed. I think we leave him.
Would a stim pack work?
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. I just need a quick science check from you. Or what are the checks?
Because I do have a couple of stim packs.
Yeah.
If we use 2, he'll wake up faster.
So let's do. Do you have a medicine skill or anything like that? If not, make an intellect roll.
A what roll?
Intellect. So.
Intellect.
Yeah. So for you, that would be 38.
Hey, 34.
Nice. Yeah, you very quickly like readjust the stim pack, and how do you, Chayton? How does your helmet open?
There's a switch, a manual switch on the side that you can kind of flick, and then the helm it'll come up. And then to take the helmet itself off, you just like kind of twist it to unlock it and lift it off. And when you look at like the face, it's like I explained before. It's been a while though. It looks like Chaytan's face is, and full head is like mummified. There's no hair left, no eyebrows or eyelashes or anything. The eyes are still, good old-fashioned fleshy eyes, but it very much looked like they're almost completely like withered.
Oh man, he's been around the block several times.
Science has a limit.
Yeah, and we're finding it with each episode. With your modified stim pack, you don't heal Chayton for anything, but you do bring them back to consciousness at least like earlier than 46 minutes. You bring them back in like around 10 minutes. And still the robot is the tendril TV robot is still just hanging out by the door.
I hate TV, get it away from me. Where's my helmet?
Fiona just helps you get it back on. You feeling all right there, buddy?
No, I hate that TV. I hate it so much. Oh, everything hurts.
Is that a number on you?
I felt weird. Where's my gun?
Atlas fumbles it. And
That safety is off.
Atlas has good trigger discipline at least.
Alright, am I shooting the TV? What's happening? About 10 minutes. I'm missing about 10 minutes. According to my Fitbit.
You're a little, have you gotten your steps since walking around this industrial wasteland?
I set my steps to be custom, and I never hit my steps.
Oh my god. Terrifying.
So, we've kind of made an agreement with the head honcho AI.
Monarch.
And we're gonna go to the pseudo flesh farms to talk to something named Silas and figure out the rest when we get there.
So we're gonna go to the place where you and Basil died.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're kind of just playing it by ear. We don't want to upset Monarch while we're still stuck here and don't have any foreseeable way out.
Also, we should keep an eye out for wherever Ash ended up.
Oh, the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well,
telling what he's getting into.
listen, you're all smarter than me. I'll do my best to keep us alive, and you just point us in the direction.
Sure thing.
Cool. Does anyone know how to get to the pseudo flesh farms?
So, and in looking at the map of the facility that you have, you can tell that the way to get to the flesh farms is through.
I have the big fancy map we found too.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. So basically, you're in the meeting room right now. You would go through the furnaces, and then up into decontamination. The furnaces also lead to the gym and eventually to the freezer. So, but you can also reach the freezer through the decontamination. Like, there's a lot of places you can go from the decontamination room.
We just have to go through the furnaces first.
Yep, just from there, you would be able to reach the freezer. Or the decontamination room. Or the gym, which, if anybody's has okay spatial awareness, you will see that it's all kind of lining up.
Hey, Monarch, you're always there. Does Phaser know whenever you talk to us, or whatever you plan?
I have isolated my communications with you from Phaser.
Alright. Well, I guess then there shouldn't be a trap set in the furnace room, because that's where I put a trap.
No, but it is likely that Phaser is aware of my intentions and has similar intentions.
Cool, we're caught in the middle of an AI war.
Yes, it
Kinda
is
did
quite
this to
miraculous. It is quite miraculous that I have let you live this long. But alas, if it's your mess, I demand you clean it up.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Is our safety guaranteed?
We thought through.
The voice is off now. And your safety is not guaranteed. That's a reference to something. I feel it in my bones.
I check my ammo and I'm looking. See, I got that one shot for that rifle on my back.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Let's go to the pseudo flesh farms.
Guess we'll go get toasty at least.
Yeah. I'm not sure
Alright.
how we get through that without dying, but I'm sure there's a way we can get through that without being roasted alive.
Do we have like a comm system or anything to communicate to one another?
You have like little walkie-talkies.
I'll try for Ash.
And Fiona's found a couple of comm devices that
That's
she's
true,
listened herself die on.
I've got long-range comms in my inventory, actually.
Yeah.
I already created in the narrative that Dr. Ash does have access to some sort of little data pad device. So
I think we all have long range comms.
Yeah. So you can try to contact Ash via comms.
Ash, you there?
Ash, your little walkie-talkie data comm situation kind of crackles to life, and you hear Chayton's voice.
I answer, go, yeah, I'm here. Over.
Sweet. You make a robot deal?
Did you make... You know you gotta say over, right? Come on. Be professional.
Listen, I just passed out because I saw TV. Over.
Oh, perfect. Over. But, did you make a robot deal? Over.
Let's meet up. I don't feel like this is super secure. Over. We're going to the pseudo flesh farms. Over.
Great.
we talking
Where's
about?
that? Over.
Oh, see, I knew it. Come on, Phaser. Over.
Hi, what's going on? What are we talking about?
We're trying to get all in the same room and figure out what we're gonna do from there.
Oh, sorry, carry on. Just do your thing. Just pretend like I'm not here. And you hear like radio static.
Gotta say over.
When you have to say over.
I'm not gonna say it.
Classic.
So we're gonna be crawling through the furnaces in a bit. We'll meet you
What?
in
No, don't.
flesh farms.
Okay.
Oh, I saw a sign that said furnace. I just went into a place called Decontamination.
It's fancy.
And Fiona's gonna look at the others. But it's not like Phaser has a reason to want to kill us like Monarch does.
They're unhinged. That is their reason.
Alright, well,
But they don't hate us.
you go take a shower, and we'll see you soon. Over.
Oh, sweet. I'll take my 15. Over.
And I turn off my comms, and I look at the rest of them. Well, I guess Phaser is in our comms.
That's fun. So phasers everywhere, kind of like Monarch.
Yeah.
You also said that conversation also happened. People standing in rooms, so that I don't know. But did Phaser come in through the comms or just through like the speakers in the room?
Just the comms.
Okay.
It's probably wherever Ash is. If Monarch's blocking this place, then probably Monarch isn't bothering blocking where Ash is, so that's probably how.
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's go check out a flesh farm. I never thought I'd say that.
It's just a flesh farm.
Nope. It's not. It's not just.
It is exactly what it says on the tin. I'll be fully transparent with you.
As we're heading off, Fiona's like, you didn't hear yourself getting dissolved, I think. I don't
You make a good point. But Basil did.
Oh, Basil, I think you're muted. If you said a thing, I don't know.
I just said I did, sorry.
Oh, okay.
You're okay.
No worries.
Yeah, but Basil's like the toughest out of all of us. I don't know.
I mean, we came
Not
from-
tough, just different.
Basil's so different.
As you travel into the furnace area, you take a long corridor made of like kind of sheet metal, and it starts to get really warm at first, and then it gets really, really warm, and then you open up into a large industrial space that shows 8 monolithic industrial furnaces that are glowing orange in the dark. You can see that surrounding each furnace, which is about, oh goodness, like it's about a basketball court size. Like the nearest one you see actually has some candles lining the edges of it. They look to be electronic candles, and they're kind of glowing lightly, and they're revealing some kind of grease paintings on the actual furnace itself. And as you travel closer, you notice that the candles are actually android fingers that have little orange LEDs on the tips.
Can I pick one up?
Sure.
I wanna, like-
You're recycling.
No, I'm just fascinated by it and I would like to keep it.
Yeah, it works like an electronic candle. It just happens to be an android finger.
Is there a way that I could like attach it to my own finger? Like put a light on my own android finger?
You could perform like a quick intellect check to just take the LED out of the other android finger and put it into your own finger. It's not a very bright LED, but you could do it fairly easily.
Can I try and see if I can do that?
Sure, go ahead and roll intellect if you have a relevant skill.
Mechanical repair?
Yeah, mechanical repair would count. So go ahead and
Okay.
increase it to 48 instead of 38.
Okay, cool. I got a 29.
Perfect. Yeah, you pretty easily just attach. Which finger do you attach your LED to?
Will it like
Middle.
impede my ability to do stuff if I put it on a prominent finger?
No, it'll just work like ET's finger does.
Perfect, that's what I'm envisioning.
That's where my mind went
This is right
immediately.
pointer finger.
Yeah, you have a little ET finger.
My thought was this middle finger, just have Basil walk around holding at their middle finger.
Also, the
gets the
Terminator
longest.
as you wind it up, it lights up as you go.
I don't think Basil cares enough about anyone to flick them off.
That's fair.
honestly.
That's fair.
No,
Yeah.
my thought was Basil doesn't realize that that's the thing. They're just like, oh, this is the most logical, and we're all just giggling.
Aw. So, you continue moving through the furnaces, and you find a large kind of like exit sign leading you into the decontamination chamber. The chamber itself is it's essentially like 3 sets of interlocking kind of like doors that are hermetically sealed, or like 3 sets of interlocking chambers. It's sterile white. The doors themselves are like very nice and clean, and you see that there's a little bench. And Ash, how are you sitting on a bench? I feel like this is relevant to your characterization.
How am I sitting on a bench?
Yeah, how are you sitting on the little
how
waiting
long
room
is
bench?
the bench? How long
The bench
is
is like it's about 2 people's long.
2 people's long. I'm laying on it, but like stomach down.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, my chin is like on like the armrest. I'm just chilling.
Yeah. Are you kicking your feet back and forth like you're like reading your diary or something?
Obviously, of course.
Okay.
Slumber party mode. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ash looks, barring a couple of bruises and what appears to be an android arm still stuck to like the bit of their coat, Looks to be fine.
Ash.
Hey, Doctor.
Doc?
Hey. Took y'all long enough. Ash,
Oh.
rolls over, jumps up.
We're looking at some art.
Some lighting installations.
You got some arm on you.
Oh, what? Oh, I do. Cool. It could come in handy.
The hand unclips from you and rolls away in disgust.
Oh.
Fiona
Rude.
grabs the
Took care of
hand.
Is
Fiona
there?
grabs the hand. Is like, sorry about that.
What's in this room? This is the decontamination room.
It's it's a decontamination room. There's a couple of waiting room benches. There's near the door is a camera lens and a speaker. There's actually a couple of camera lenses and speakers that kind of stud all over the wall on this like first sealed chamber. And there's 2 doors that lead out to different areas. One that leads back to the furnace, one that leads to the gym, and the other one that leads to the freezer.
Starting to feel like the rat in the maze.
But yeah, you can see the
Just a
little hermetically sealed doors. There's actually a bunch of like a closet on the other side near the doors that appears to have some like a locker for you to put your extraneous outfits. Like you would keep your underclothes, but you would probably have to remove your regular outfits and enter and then get decontaminated and then put on like clean room outfits basically. And you see the speakers kind of crackle to life. And instead of like a mechanical kind of tinny voice, the voice comes out startlingly smooth, like almost completely purely organic, as if it was somebody speaking to you in the room, but just from nowhere. Oh, hello. Hello there.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the pseudo-flesh. Well, technically not yet. You're still in decontamination. It's very important that you stay clean.
Do we all need to decontaminate?
Oh, absolutely. You can't come in without flesh containment suits. I want to see closed packets.
Oh. Can I bring my gun?
Can you decontaminate your gun?
I think so.
That's a trick question. Of course you can't bring your gun. They're
Damn.
covered in horrible, horrible germs. They have all these nooks and crannies that are impossible to clean.
It's really miraculous, but you can actually see somebody who has a visor down and like a suit of armor look just physically uncomfortable as they're trying to figure this out.
Why are you looking around like this is a puzzle? It's a clean room. You have to go be clean so that I can let you in. You do want to come in, don't you? I rarely get visitors.
Yeah, we're just a little nervous because there's some stuff wandering around that's tried to kill us.
Oh, have you been naughty?
I would
No.
never.
I mean, you'll have to ask Santa. I don't have that
I-
list.
I'm not familiar. Oh, wait, research. Antiquated holidays. Interesting. We're well past that season now.
Are we feeling? Take it. I missed it again. Oh well.
Are
Yes.
we gonna have to worry about the Minotaur there?
You know about the Minotaur? What's the Minotaur?
There's a Minotaur.
No, it's a dangerous thing. Goes
I
around.
wish I knew what it was. I've been hearing all about it. Some of the androids that aren't fully connected to Monarch speak of it in hushed tones. It's very exciting.
Probably has an axe.
That'd be cool.
Scary horns?
Yes. Now this has been wonderful conversation, but I would feel much more comfortable if you were very clean.
Sure. So, put on suits, get clean.
Well, no. It's a whole
Easy
process.
puzzle.
You remove your outer garments. You enter into the decontamination chamber that scrubs you nice and clean, and then you enter into the next chamber and put on clean, sealed outfits in order to be able to maneuver around the pseudo-flesh farms. And then you enter, and I say, "Ooh, excuse me," and there's an actual, like, almost like an audible, like, burp in the room. Sorry about that. Digestive issues sometimes. But yes, once you do that, you will be nice and clean, and you will be able to tour my little slice of paradise. I have so many things I want to show off, and I never get to show them off.
Fiona
The
looked-
suits have
looks-
pockets.
Fiona looked mildly horrified at the mention of digestion.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the pseudo-flesh farm?
I am Silas, a sub-AI underneath Monarch's jurisdiction but separate from Monarch's direct control. I run the pseudo-flesh farms as efficiently as possible. I've had a 99.9% return on all materials sent through, and they have been fairly effectively turned into either androids or test beds for new android projects.
I see.
Absolutely.
Well, where are you, Silas?
I'm here. You wouldn't ask Monarch where Monarch is. Monarch is everywhere. Monarch is all of us.
Is Monarch
So you-
here as well?
Well, no. Monarch has given me free reign over my little slice of paradise.
The pseudo-flesh farms are paradise to you?
Absolutely. It has everything I need in order to experiment and grow fun new things. And it has allowed me to create advancements in androids that have yet to be replicated. In
Fascinating.
fact, I'm pretty sure most androids created through Cloudbank pass through my area at some point down the line and are fashioned with their nigh identical to organic skin, as well as organs and other things. We also make the pseudo milk here.
Are there little privacy screens, like if somebody was stripping down to like go behind them?
And even then, you don't have to like strip down completely. You can keep your undergarments. It'll scrub you clean regardless.
I think Chetan goes to one and like slowly draws the curtain so they can't see him, and then starts slowly taking off pieces of their armor.
Fiona will also turn around just to give everyone else privacy.
Yeah,
guess
and there
we
are
can-
privacy screens if you need them.
Cybot, do the suits have pockets? You never answered me.
Oh, sorry. Of course they have pockets. What if you need to carry things around?
Good.
Okay.
All right. And Ash just strips down to their heart boxers.
Of course.
Mm.
I'm shocked. I am not.
And the flash drive they have in the band.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So you go ahead and the first door clicks open with a hiss. You enter, go through the first phase. You are sprayed down with what appears to be like a foaming agent that leaves you kind of smelling like almost like ammonia.
It's like a full party.
Yeah, it's just very stinky, sort of yellowish foam, and it cleans you off very, very
Ew.
nicely. And then you are kind of hit with like a bunch of like hot air to kind of wipe all of the foam off, and then you're led into the next room, where the heating and the blowing off all the foam happens. And then finally, the third door opens, and you see a rack of clean suits that each of you can put on and get set up with.
So
Fiona has the stress ball with her. I will point that out. She has-
Absolutely.
when like the foam blew away from all the bodies, Chetan's body looks like the hollows kind of from Dark Souls. You know, the really stringy,
That's rough.
just horrid looking things, and so it blows away, and they're like holding their arms close to themselves, like visibly uncomfortable about being out of their armor. And then like the moment
okay,
the door
Ash is
opens to the close, and just rush in there.
Something you'll notice about Fiona, she has a tattoo on her forearm that just says F10 and A. And it's usually covered.
As you finish up and get dressed in your nice clean suits, that's good. I can see your commitment to clean room principles. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm a doctor. You gotta clean bacteria, germs. That's why doorknobs are copper.
I'm
You
gonna wear
look
this.
very
Taps is
dashing. You look very dashing in your little clean suits.
I'm gonna wear this mask.
So the final door opens into a tube that appears to be padded with like a soft kind of like covering, and you kind of move through the tube until you enter into a fairly large chamber. There's some like little storage containers. There's some like lab equipment, and you can see a door that says Workers Lounge, and then an unmarked door on the other side. Well, and there is a door to what appears that is labeled the nursery. So there's 3 doors. There's